For 2.5 centuries, the history of the United States has been written in gunpowder and steel. From the erratic spark of a flintlock to the digital ballistics of the next-generation squad weapon, the service rifle is the soldier's most intimate reality. It is the instrument of policy and the guarantor of survival. This is the evolution of American firepower, 1775. The Continental Army is born without a standard. The Pennsylvania long rifle offers deadly precision, a hunting tool turned insurgent weapon, spiraled grooves, allowing patriots to pick off officers from distance. But it is slow. War demands volume. Enter the Brown Bess, the British standard captured and turned against the crown, and the Charleville musket, the French gift that professionalized the American line. By 1795, the young nation forges its own. The Springfield Model 1795 becomes the first official U.S. musket, a copy of the French Charleville, serving through the War of 1812. It evolves into the Model 1816, produced in massive numbers. But innovation is restless. The Model 1817 common rifle brings rifling to the regulars, while 1819 introduces the Hall breech-loading rifle, a shock to the system allowing soldiers to reload without standing up, a tactical heresy that was decades ahead of its time. 1841 brings the Mississippi rifle, a handsome percussion weapon that proves devastating in Mexico. Standardization follows with the Springfield Model 1842, the first U.S. musket with fully interchangeable parts. By 1855, the Army attempts to automate ignition with the Maynard tape primer on the Model 1855. It uses a roll of paper caps like a toy gun. In the damp swamps of the South, it is a catastrophic failure. 1861. The nation tears itself apart. The Springfield Model. 1861 becomes the defining weapon of the Civil War, a rifled musket capable of shattering bones at 300 yards. But in the shadows, private purchase weapons change the game. The Henry rifle and the Spencer repeater offer terrifying volume of fire. A Confederate soldier famously laments, "It's that damned Yankee rifle that they load on Sunday and shoot all week." The Union also imports the pattern 1853 Enfield, while sharpshooters employ the Sharps Model 1859, a breech-loader famous for its accuracy. We see oddities like the Colt revolving rifle exploding in soldiers' hands and the continued dominance of the Spencer carbine for cavalry. The war ends, but the lesson is learned. The muzzle-loader is dead. The Army has millions of muzzle-loaders and no budget. The solution? The Allen conversion. The Model 1865 and 1866 convert old muskets to fire metallic cartridges. This evolves into the Model 1868, and finally, the legendary Springfield Model 1873, known as the trap-door. Whether in the full-length infantry version or the short carbine used by Custer at Little Bighorn, the trap-door conquers the West. It is slow, black powder-powered, and prone to jamming. Yet it serves until the smokeless powder revolution. The 20th century demands velocity. The M1903 Springfield is a Mauser-inspired masterpiece, serving as the standard bolt-action rifle. Even as the M1917 Enfield does the heavy lifting in World War I, the Aero 3 remains the marksman's choice. Variants like the M1903A3 streamline production, while the M1903A4 becomes the first standardized U.S. sniper system. Then, the greatest battle implement ever devised, the M1 Garand. Adopted in 1936, it gives the American GI semi-automatic dominance in World War II. While the Axis cycles bolts, the American pours fire. We see specialized sniper variants, the M1C and M1D, fitting optics to this semi-auto powerhouse. The war requires diversity. The M1941 Johnson competes briefly with the Garand. Behind the lines, officers and paratroopers carry the M1 carbine, a light, handy weapon. The M1A1 features a folding stock for jumping into Normandy, while the M2 carbine introduces select fire capability. By the Pacific Campaign's end, the M3 carbine is fitting primitive infrared scopes to hunt in the dark. Korea and the early Cold War bring the T-44 prototype, which becomes the M14 rifle. It is the last of the wood and steel battle rifles, firing the heavy 7.62 NATO. It is powerful, but uncontrollable in full auto. The jungle demands something else. Enter the space age, the M16. Initially plagued by jamming, the platform matures into the M16A2, the Cold War standard, accurate, light, and firing the high-velocity 5.56 meters. As warfare shifts to the desert, precision returns. The M24 sniper weapon system brings bolt-action reliability back to the forefront, but the urban fight demands compactness. The M4 carbine enters service, eventually replacing the M16 for regular infantry. We see the M16A4 adding modular rails and the Mk12 SPR bridging the gap between rifleman and sniper. For anti-material targets, the M107 brings 50 caliber destruction. Meanwhile, the M14 refuses to die, reborn as the M14 EBR to punch through mud brick walls, alongside the dedicated M110 semi-automatic sniper system. Special Operations Command drives innovation. The M4A1 becomes the standard, fully automatic, and reliable. For close quarters, the Mk18 CQBR offers an ultra-short barrel. The SCAR program yields the Mk16 and the heavy-hitting Mk17, offering modularity never seen before. The Tier 1 units adopt the HK416, a piston-driven evolution of the AR platform that killed bin Laden. Snipers evolve to the M2010 ESR and the squad-level M110A1 CSS. We see the refinement of the SOP mod block, the M27 IAR replacing belt feds in the Marine Corps, and the Urgi upper receiver pushing the limits of the M4 platform. The rifle is no longer just a gun. It is a system of lasers, optics, and suppressors. After 60 years of 5.56mm dominance, the Army pivots. The XM7 rifle, the next-generation squad weapon, arrives. It is a return to battle rifle philosophy, firing the high-pressure 6.851mm common cartridge. Paired with the XM157 fire control optic, it calculates ballistics instantly. It is suppressed by default, heavy, and punches through modern body armor like paper. From the Pennsylvania Flintlock to the computerized XM7, the mission remains unchanged. Technology alters the range and the lethality, but the rifleman stands eternal. 1775 to 2024. This is the lineage of American force.